Welcome back to Chaos Corner. It's your old buddy, the Guardian of Chaos, Big Daddy, and I tell it like it is. I'll say that to say this. Coming to you live to tape, 25 feet below the surface of the earth. We have a big night tonight. If you're a pro wrestling fan, if you're an AEW fan, if you're all elite, if you're relevant in the IWC, tonight, locally in the Northeast New England area on Long Island at the USB Arena, AEW Dynamite will be live tonight. And that's what we're here to talk about on a brief episode of Chaos Corner. Now, follow me on all social media platforms, obviously on Twitter, at Big Daddy GOC. And the GOC stands for the Guardian of Chaos. Hit the profile link, and that will bring you to here, the Guardian of Chaos, on the YouTube channel. Follow me with my two personas over on Facebook, and that's, of course, at J Brony and Prodigio Fidelis El Guardian. And, of course, on Instagram, at the Guardian of Chaos. Now, fans, it's going to be a big weekend. We're going to cover the rankings. We're going to cover the ratings. We're going to go over what's going to happen tonight. I want to get this up there to you, the fans, so you can consume this today before we have a big night tonight. So sit back and relax. We are in December. There's some flurries outside. It's empty down here in the bunker. So I want you to relax, enjoy, get a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, whatever the beverage of choice is. Hey, listen, it's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere. So we have a lot to talk about. There's a lot of competition. We're just coming off a NWA and Hard Times 2. We have Impact Wrestling, New Japan, MLW, of course, Raw and SmackDown, and NXT 2.0. I don't know where they're going there. And yes, AEW Dynamite and Rampage. And we're going to cover it all because it's a big night tonight in the IWC. So like, subscribe, hit the bell. Don't go anywhere. Chaos Corner with the Guardian of Chaos, your old buddy. All right, fans, thanks for being back here on all social media platforms. Let me lower the distraction. I want to give you guys the immediate news and what's going on in AEW because tonight's a big night. MJF returns home to Long Island. So let's see what happens. Will he get booed tonight? Will the fans cheer him? Let's face it. Over the last 10 years, maybe even longer, MJF has turned out to be a true heel and keeps it going round the clock, 24 hours a day. Give this guy credit and what MJF is doing as far as being a heel and what he's doing in AEW Dynamite. So let's see, because that's the big one tonight. The Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal. Say that 3 times fast. Now, we know the last 2 years, MJF has won the ring. Will he defend it again this year? Who are the other participants going to be? There's only going to be 12 guys. So you got to figure who. A Hangman Page, Wardlow, guys from the Inner Circle, guys from the Elite. Who knows who's going to be in those 12 guys because it hasn't really been announced. I'm interested to see who the dozen competitors are in that Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal. The main event for tonight, Bryan Danielson against John Silver from the Dark World Order. Now, listen, let me tell you, Silver's in incredible shape. He's a great grappler. He's well qualified, well versed. But let's face it, Danielson right now is on a different level since he left the WWE and has come over to AEW. They're making him go out and earn victories. I'm not quite sure why they have to do that, because he's earned his victories against the best in this business. So you see that's what they're doing with Punk. That's what they're doing with Danielson. Now, will Punk be there tonight too? Or is he strictly going to try to stay on Rampage? So there's a lot going. You can feel the exuberance in what I'm trying to do here and bring out all this local news because they are in the Northeast, our area, our wheelhouse. So Danielson, listen, let's be honest. Silver has no chance, in my opinion, of competing with Bryan Danielson. He doesn't. Maybe he'll put on a decent match, but let's face it, whether it's a work, scripted, choreographed, athletic, sports, entertainment, whatever you want to call it, there's no way Silver beats Danielson tonight. It's just a fact. So that's your main event tonight for Dynamite. I don't think it's a strong card. I like the Battle Royal. The Young Bucks will be on tonight, going against Chuck Taylor from The Best Friends. And, of course, Rocky Romero from Chaos, pun intended, over in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So, again, I'll say that to say this because I tell it like it is. Do you see the Young Bucks losing to Romero and Chuck Taylor tonight? I don't see it happening. These matches, to me, they'll be entertaining. These are all solid workers, stars. I love what AEW is doing. We're going to get into the ratings, and we'll compare what they've done over the last bunch of weeks. Also tonight, Riho against Jamie Hayter in the women's division. Now, Riho, she has a lot of fans in AEW. The women's wrestling is hot in AEW. We know the champ is Britt Baker. We know she's got a lot of competition with people coming in and out, especially Thunder Rosa. Jamie Hayter has improved. She's one of the most improved female grapplers in AEW at this time, perhaps next to Chris Statlander. That's how I see it. So that match is what it is. I'm predicting Jamie Hayter's going to come out victorious somehow, some way in the women's division tonight. That's your lineup. Again, the Young Bucks against Rocky Romero and Chuck Taylor, Riho and Jamie Hayter, the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal. Now listen, you know that since they're in Long Island, Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz are going to be there tonight. You know that Eddie Kingston, Mr. New York City, the king of New York, if you will be there tonight in Long Island. Wardlow, I'm sure, will be there. Let's just examine who the competitors could possibly be. Who else? Will Miro be in town tonight? And let's not forget that the WWE was just in the same building, the UBS Arena in Long Island. And I believe, what was the count? 4,000 or 5,000 officially? I'm not sure. I might have to check with the statistics. I think I'm pretty close. But tonight already for Dynamite, and this is live to tape, Chaos Corner, this is what you get. One man, unscripted, unedited. This is how it is. Raw. This is how we do it. I've heard there's been at least 9,000, close to 10,000 tickets sold already. What does that tell you about AEW versus the WWE and the different products? And we know there's a lot of other good companies out there that are hanging tough, and I just mentioned them a few minutes ago. Rewind this. Go back. This will be on YouTube. It'll be on Instagram. It'll be on Twitter. I'll put this up on social media platforms, maybe even Facebook. So that's what we have for tonight. So it looks like it's going to be an okay card. This is just my opinion as far as the different talent on the rosters. I feel like they're holding back maybe a little bit. It's going to be all about MJF tonight. And again, this is how I feel about what MJF is going to do tonight and what he's going to bring to this. I really am looking forward to it. And in that battle royal for the ring, listen, it's a 2-hour show tonight. They've only got, what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4 matches. I'm sure there's going to be vignettes. I want to give a big shout out and well wishes to good old JR and Jim Ross, who's battling cancer right now. He's got it kicked in the ass. God bless you, JR. So I'm sure tonight it'll be Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, maybe Taz. Maybe they'll bring in some of the different workers that will be on the broadcast, because we know what's coming next week down in Garland, Texas. I believe it's Garland, Texas. Winter is coming. So tonight, I feel they're not putting 100% full effort into the show. You could have had a better lineup. Let's see what happens Friday for Rampage. Okay, because Rampage is usually taped. They'll be taping that tonight as well. It'll be a long night for the crowd, so they'll be interested in the ratings. The live attendance is going to be there. The atmosphere and the people are going to be there. AEW is the hottest ticket in the world, in the country right now, in pro wrestling. And the IWC, it just is. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of tonight and heading into Rampage, what they have. There'll be spoilers out there. It is what it is. And then next week, because it hasn't been announced by TK yet. That's right, Tony Khan. I can call him TK. I can call him TK. The Guardian of Chaos. Big Daddy. Winter is coming next week in Texas. Let's see what's going to happen tonight and what evolves leading into the weekend and into next week for Winter is Coming. Now, remember, last year at this time, for Winter is Coming, that's when Omega, I believe, finally won the AEW heavyweight title and went over on Moxley. Omega and Moxley. I can't remember the rest of the show, but Omega and Moxley was last year for Winter is Coming. I didn't get all the notes. My bad on that. You know I usually do it and get it down. So that's what we have tonight for AEW Dynamite, leading into Rampage Friday. Next week, Winter is Coming. You know it's going to be a big one leading into the holidays. Now, I want to get on to the rankings quickly. Actually, the ratings. I know I said the rankings. We're going to make this short. We're going to keep this a short episode. A show, if you will, of Chaos Corner. Last week, we're going to get into the ratings and see how things and where AEW was hovering around. Not that it means anything, but everyone is covering the ratings out there. Everyone from Alvarez to Meltzer to Brandon Thurston. Everybody talks about the ratings. Don Tony, my boy JD from New York. Everybody's talking about the ratings, so I might as well talk about them too. Last week, Dynamite did 861,000. Rampage did 499,000. Now remember, Wednesdays are live. We know this. Fridays are taped on Wednesdays. It's not live. What a time slot. 10 o'clock on a Friday night. Moving forward into 2022, let's see what they do about the timing. You already have the YouTube wrestling shows are successful. AEW Dark, AEW Elevation, NWA, when they had NWA Power, was very popular on YouTube. Some of the other channels, Impact Wrestling, a lot of YouTube influencers, and they'd always put those in the numbers there as well, too. So, Rampage, like I said, December 1st, 499,000. Dynamite did 861,000 for the December 1st program. Let's go to November 24th, the week before, 898K. The week before that, November 17th, 984K. November 10th, 912K. November 3rd, 878K. October 27th, 941,000. So if you look at Dynamite on the high side of November 17th of 984, October 27th of 941, they're averaging high 800s, low 900K every week. For a while there, it was over. They had the stretch of over 1 million. Not bad for a Wednesday night with no competition. And we know they kicked NXT's ass. They just did. I mean, let's face it. It was a short-lived war. AEW won. NXT, look, is totally different now. No more black and gold. It's 2.0. It's on a different night. Totally changed. So the ratings are staying solid on Dynamite. I would like to see them stay at 1 million plus, but they're going to have to step it up. They got the talent. They have the roster. I believe they haven't been putting on their best product. This is just my opinion. They're still learning. Just telling you from my experience and 50 years of watching this sport and being involved in this business. Let's go to the Rampage rankings. And again, the ratings. Friday nights are tough. Friday at 10 o'clock, it's taped. Again, we said the last episode there, here in December, the first episode, almost 500,000, 499. November 26th, 431K. November 19th, 556K. November 12th, 515K. November 5th, 599, almost 600,000. October 29th, 621,000. I think it was 621,000, thereabouts. So if you look at Rampage, they're averaging, again, on the low side here of 430 to 490, and on the high side, 599 to 600K. Not bad for a Friday at 10 o'clock. I don't know what more the fans want to bitch about and what they're talking about in the IWC. That's a pretty good ranking. You'd like to see ultimately Dynamite to get over that 1 million and stay there, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 5. That's when you know they're headed for success. Again, if you count the YouTube numbers and the live gates, they're doing tremendous. And we're still in 15 days of flattening the curve. And what are we coming up on day 700? That's another story for another time. Don't get me started on all that stuff. I want to keep it pro wrestling, sports, entertainment. So you look at the numbers, you look at what AEW is doing, you look what the pay-per-view buys are doing. and the big show that they have tonight. There's a lot of excitement out there. This is what people are covering. So I wanted to hop on here quick, and I wanted to break down what's happening tonight for AEW Dynamite. We have Rampage Friday. I don't have the card for that. Leading into what's going to happen when winter is coming, I'll be back on the channel to update all this and talking about the ratings. Very, very important. So I want everyone to enjoy tonight. Enjoy AEW. Enjoy all the product. WWE, Raw, SmackDown, whatever floats your boat. NWA, MLW, New Japan, Impact, even Ring of Honor coming up this weekend is having their final pay-per-view. Who knows what's going to happen moving forward? That's what you get here on Chaos Corner. News and notes, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And speaking of this weekend, seeing that we're here on a Wednesday, live to tape, this weekend, Saturday night, live, December 11th, 7 p.m. at the Greater New Haven JCC. Paradise Alley Professional Wrestling presents Under Pressure. Under Pressure. Dun, 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 dun. I tried that once before. It will be set up for Fight TV. Check your local listings for times and dates. But Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, Under Pressure on Fight TV. It's going to be an unbelievable event. Tickets available at the door. We'll be following all the protocols. We've had huge success coming out of alley fights on Black Friday, and then, of course, the hottest event of the year, Type 1 to None, Round 3, which was Team CC for juvenile diabetes. The card coming up for this Saturday night for Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling in the main event for the heavyweight title. The Uruguayan sensation, the reigning defending heavyweight champion, Matias DiNapoli, goes up against Mr. Everything in Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, and that would be Showtime Marcel Williams for all you chump suckers out there. Also on the card, the miracle generation of Dustin Flash Waller, the current Alley Fights champion, and Kylon King, the current Intercontinental champion, take on the Hispanic Mechanics Hose A and Hose B in a tag team match for the ages. Talk about high-flying and death-defying. Dustin Flash Waller, Kylon King, the Miracle Generation, to go up against the Hispanic Mechanics. There's going to be a lot of stars there. Bull Dread, the New England Beast, takes on the Red Lion Chris Battle in a number one contenders match. That's going to be one for the ages. Two guys here in the tri-state Northeast New England area that are veterans, legends. Bull Dread, the former United States heavyweight champion. Chris Battle, the leader of the Battle Academy. Former Alley Fights champion. That's for the number one contendership. Also, Mike Skyros makes his debut at Paradise Alley Professional Wrestling. Mean Mike Skyros against another newcomer, Jay Heru. Jay Heru. Two unbelievable grapplers from this area, well-versed, well-qualified, making their debuts at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. Skyros versus Jay Heru. There's still plenty to be announced. A lot of matches to be announced. All the superstars will be there. You have the Haven, the current Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. You also have, that's going to be this weekend, Saturday Night Live for Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. Number one, Ichiban, Konnichiwa, bitches. The current king of Paradise, Ichiban, will be defending the title. And if I'm not mistaken, because you know I have to be on point with my good buddy, my broadcast partner, Talking Tommy Saban, who will be the prodigy Talking Tommy Saban, who will be on Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid, I think, tonight. Let's not forget, Ichiban will be going up, and you saw him recently on AEW Dark, Lucas Chase, who just recently turned on Zachariah. No longer Zachariah Gibbs, but Zachariah, who will be there this Saturday night. But that's going to be for the United States heavyweight title. Number one, Ichiban, the defending champion, against Lucas Chase. That's one for the ages. You remember back to the bull rope match between Buzz Bloodsaw and Lucas Chase. That's what we have coming up for Under Pressure. There's going to be a lot of different stars there. We're going to have an unbelievable crowd. There's going to be huge announcements. And don't forget, the owners and the trainers at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, former WWE veterans and stars from WCW, Pretty Paul Roma and Mario Mancini will be in the building. So fans, this is right at 20 minutes. We're going to keep it that way. Again, tonight, AEW Dynamite leading into Rampage on Friday night. And of course, Saturday night, live Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling Under Pressure. It doesn't get any better than that. Thanks for being here. Follow me on all social media platforms. I'll say that to say this. Live to tape from Chaos Corner. Don't you dare miss it. Don't go anywhere. I'm coming back. I'm not going anywhere. Check out the channel. Hundreds of videos, classics, podcasts, matches, interviews, promos, vignettes. You're not going to want to miss it. The Guardian of Chaos.